good to go ahead and start talking to her? Well, a really great way to start off the day. And first of all, I want to thank you guys for having me out at Canadian County. I was really excited once I got the call because I know the quality, the livestock, and the youth in this area growing up. And it's exciting day to get to come sort through the sheep and the goats, and this first single entry is no exception. Young lady has a red doe that's really attractive from the side, female that's ultra feminine about her head and her neck, really elegant in terms of the way she's put together, and a female that still travels around the ring with plenty of flexibility and athleticism. Young lady's doing a great job of getting this one shown. Let's give her a round of applause.
First place in Division I, Class 1, Kennedy Keene representing Mustang 4H. Class 2 of Division I, we're looking for 2 entries. Nate Ninman. Nate Ninman, please report to the stand, please. Nate Ninman.
Well, 2 nice entries here in the second class of the Doe Show. And to be honest, the female that leads the class is one that really catches your attention from the start. I love this one's feature and her bone, how much mass and substance she brings to the table. But what I really like about her is for having all that extra stuff to her. She's a female that's still really attractive from the side. She's neat about her neck. She's good in terms of her lines and her overall silhouette. A good type of doe to start that has lots of quality behind her. That's not to take away from the young lady's dark-headed doe that comes in second. I still think this is a really nice type of female that's still got some shape, still has some angularity, really athletic once she's set in motion. A female compared to the one that starts probably isn't quite as stout in terms of her foot, her bone, and one that could probably be just a little bit fuller and bolder right there in her forerib and behind her. But that's still getting really picky on a nice type of doe. Both of these exhibitors are doing a great job. Let's give them a round of applause.
Congratulations in Class 2 of Division I. First place goes to Madeline Shropshire from Yukon FFA. In second place, congratulations to Charlie Charmison representing Maple 4-H. Now showing for Grand Reserve in Division I.
Well, you get out here in the first division, and three females that I think all represent some different types, but one thing they have in common is they all have a lot of quality behind them, and I think they all have pieces you can really get high on. But for me, there's one that really rose to the top, not only in terms of chest width, her forearm and bone and power, but she's still a really, really neat package, just a good type of female that's got lots of extra cool pieces. Young lady out of that second class is going to be your champion for this division.
Champion in Division 1, congratulations to Madeline Shropshire.
Out here for reserve division, I do think there is some give and take between the females. Young ladies Red Doe is one you really appreciate for having lots of future, lots of femininity. And of course, the mostly white one that comes in behind her is one you appreciate for her extension, her power, and having some extra shape and muscularity. I think they do have some trade-off, like I said, but today one's just a little ahead of the other. I think there's a little more true power and genuine substance in the young lady at second class. That's going to be your reserve.
Our reserve champion is Charlie Charmison, representing Maple 4-H in Division 1. We will clear the arena and now move on to Division 2. Division 2 has one class looking for 3 entries. If you're in Division 3, that also has 3 entries. Please be getting ready in Division 4. You follow them. We're very pleased this morning to have with us the 2023 Oklahoma Teen Miss United States Agriculture, Raylyn Kubik. Raylyn lives on a cattle ranch just outside of Newkirk where she shows steers and horses. She's a very active member of the Pinto Horse Association, an advocate for agriculture in the classroom, and cannot wait to represent Oklahoma on the national stage next July. If you see Raylyn walking around today, give her a big Canadian County welcome and hello. Thank you, Raylyn, for representing the United States Agriculture and the state of Oklahoma. We are now showing Division 2 with 3 entries.
Well, 3 nice entries to start off your second division. And to me, the doe that leads the class pretty easily has an edge in terms of foot and feature and overall substance. Female that's really, really bold and dimensional about her age and rib, one you appreciate for pin width and power. Now I'll be the first to admit this one's probably a little bit plainer up through her head and her neck, maybe not quite as dynamic or just feminine as some of the ones we've seen up through her front skeleton, but still, once you get off of her, I think she balances good enough. I think she's plenty proportional in terms of the way she's put together. Young man's doing a good job of getting that one presented as well. Nice way to start off the class. I think between second and third is where you probably most give and take. I kind of went back and forth between these two does. I ended up siding with the red female. I think in terms of genuine dimension, genuine muscularity, that doe probably holds the advantage. Female, it's still really, really extended and attractive up front. One that probably isn't quite as fuzzy or hairy over her legs, maybe not quite as stout in terms of her bone. I appreciate this one's extension, her added look, and I still think there's probably a little bit more true muscle there once you get in behind them. Nothing to take away from the young lady's doe that rounds out the class. Really maternal looking type of female. You like this one's body type and her rib. Once when you step in behind her, probably a little more concerned about her true pin width and overall muscularity. And at times once you get off of them, she may be just a touch steeper about her hip, but still a very, very nice doe to round out the class. Young lady's doing a really, really good job with this one. Let's give her a hand.
In Division 2, your first place and champion is Kennedy Keene representing Mustang 4-H. Reserve champion, also Kennedy Keene representing Mustang 4-H. And in third place, congratulations to Madison Chamberlain representing Mustang 4-H. We're now moving along to Division 3, looking for 3 entries in that division. Division 4, we have 2 entries. Please be getting ready. Division 4, doe goats.
Well, another really nice class and 3 head that I think all have some pieces you can high on. For me, I think the combination does up front, female that's really, really powerful. You love this one for the roundness to its rib and its overall body shape and dimension, but a female that I still think proportions well. I think she balances well and gets around the ring once she's set into motion with plenty of flexibility and athleticism. Female that's probably a little plainer about her head, a little wild horn, but one that puts a lot of good pieces together. He's doing a nice job with that one. The doe that comes in second is interesting, and truth be told, I think second and third are about as fundamentally different in their kind as they come. I ended up siding with a young lady that comes in second. That may be as powerful of a doe as we've seen today. Really, really muscular, tons of top shape and dimension. A female that probably comes along with the fact that she's a little more jammed up in her skeleton. I'd like to make this one a little more fluid in motion, maybe just lengthen her out a little bit from the side. But again, very, very nice doe. Young lady, again, is doing a really, really good job with that one. And then finally, the frosted-eared female, one you appreciate and really like for her femininity. Her neck set's really, really nice. One that's as functional as they come. A female today gives up a little extra punch and power, but again, that's getting really picky on a good one. Also, really, really good job to this exhibitor. Let's give all those exhibitors a round of applause.
In Division 3, in first place, and your champion is Quinn Charmison, representing Maple 4-H. Your reserve champion and also second place is Madison Chamberlain, representing Mustang 4-H. And in third place, rounding out the division, Cole Holdridge, representing Piedmont 4-H. We are now ready for Division 4, looking for 2 entries in that class.
Well, you get out here in this last division of does, and I know as they get a little older and start getting to heavier weights, it becomes a lot more difficult to manage them and keep them really, really fresh. And I commend both of you guys for doing a great job of feeding these things. They both look really, really nice. I ended up starting with the young lady spot top doe. This is a really, really big topped, bold sprung female that's got tons of dimension, got really, really big feet, and still has balanced look. You like a lot of parts and pieces about this one, and got to think that she'll have a pretty good future in production. That's not to take away from the lighter-headed doe that comes in second. You like this one for her femininity, how angular she is up front. Female, it's really, really neat in her neck set. One to me that probably gives up a little more power, a little more dimension, but still an awfully nice doe. Both these exhibitors are doing a real nice job. Let's give them a round of applause.
In Division 4, first place and your champion, congratulations to Brantley Charmison, representing Male 4-H. Your reserve champion in Division 4 is Cole Holdridge, representing Piedmont 4-H. We are now ready for the grand drive in our doe goat. In Division 1, your champion, Kennedy Keene. Champion in Division 2, Madeline Shropshire. In Division 2, your champion, Kennedy Keene. Your champion in Division 3, Quinn Charmison. And your champion in Division 4, Brantley Charmison. Once again, in Division 1, we're looking for Kennedy Keene, representing Mustang 4-H. In Division 2, looking for Kennedy Keene again, representing Mustang.
You've got it wrong. It's Maddie Shropshire in Division 1.
Madeline Shropshire in Division 1 is your champion. In Division 2, your champion is Kennedy Keene. In Division 3, your champion is Quinn Charmison. And your champion in Division 4 is Brantley Charmison.
Well, let's give our doe exhibitors a round of applause for a really, really nice show. Not a ton of numbers today, but the quality out here, I think one has to be really, really impressed with. And not only that, the depth among each class. I think you can go to a lot of county fairs and not see what you've seen today, not only on the top end, but on through each individual in each class. And that's tough to do, so I commend you guys. But more importantly, each individual and exhibitor that's came through the ring today has been awesome to work with. Really, really joyful to get to interact with you guys, and very, very respectful. And I think that really speaks for the quality of youth that are in this county. Like I said, I think a really nice show, but in the end there's one that really, really demanded my attention from the start. Not only do they have an awesome silhouette from the side, really proper and neat up through that front end, but what's really cool about this one, she has massive feet and bone, one that still has some of those pieces of substance and power that we're after, and just puts it all together. I'll go show you which one I like the best, but again, let's give them one more round of applause for a great day.
Your overall champion comes out of Division I, Madeline Shropshire, representing Yukon FFA. We're now showing for reserve.
Well, for me, when you come out here for reserve, I think it does get a little bit closer, and I think a person has to really choose what they want to go with and what they want to prioritize. But at the end of the day, there's still, for me, that probably fits in that reserve spot. Of course, she is probably not tucked up and neat in her chest as some of the ones we've seen, and just really cutesy up front, but she's well balanced, big, and she's powerful, and she's still really, really good. Young lady out of that last class is going to be your reserve.
Your reserve champion comes out of Division IV, Brantley Sharmison, representing Maple 4-H. That does conclude our Doe Show this morning. We're going to take a moment to reset the arena and be ready for Division I, Market Goat Weathers, looking for one entry in that division. In Division and 3 also have one entry, so be getting ready. Division 4 has 2 entries. We're very pleased to have Bailey Patton Photography here with us during the entire show here this weekend. They've got the backdrop on the north side of the arena. Go over there, take your animals, and get your champion photos at your leisure throughout the day. Easy access on the north side of the arena. You can make your way over there to the blue backdrop and get your picture taken with your county fair project. We're now showing our first division. Look, you have one entry. Callie Shireman representing Yukon FFA.
Well, a fantastic way to start off the weather show. Younger looking weather that you really got to appreciate this one's muscularity. You get on top of him, he's really, really bold and square about his rack, handles fresh over his loin, and once you step in behind him, has tons of dimension, tons of punch in terms of his hip and his lower leg. Nice play. He's doing a great job with this one. Let's give her a round of applause.
First place and champion of Division I, Callie Shireman, representing Yukon FFA. Moving on to Division II, one entry. There's a short time left to nominate your favorite or least favorite person for the GOAT division of the Stone Age Showmanship Contest. Right now we have two entries, JC Heath and Annie Pearson. Those two exhibitors will need to check in following the senior showmanship of the GOAT division. If you'd like to nominate somebody, please make your way over to the south side of the stands where you'll see a TV monitor with all of our nominations listed.
Well, another nice single entry and an interesting individual, whether you appreciate for having some extra feature and bone, one that actually has some shape and expression once you get your hands on him, still really extended from the side, one to a point that maybe almost right now a rib extra long, and maybe makes him a little bit shallower now through his body, but I think with time and down the road, this one should soften up in terms of its flank and make it a really, really nice project for this young lady. Let's give her a round of applause for a nice single entry.
Your champion out of Division II is Kaylin Shireman, representing Yukon FFA. We will move now into Division III, looking for one entry in Division III. Division IV, be getting ready. Two entries in Division IV.
Well, another single entry, and I told this exhibitor they've had quite a few goats in the ring, and I know he's been busy, but I got to commend he's done a really, really nice job throughout the day with every single one of them, and this one's no different. Really, really extended weather that's got some extra growth, a fairly maturing kind of one. One you appreciate for having some extra stature and extension up front. Still has some extra foot and bone under him. Nice type of entry. Let's give this one a round of applause.
Out of Division III, your champion is Cole Holdridge, representing Piedmont 4-H. We're now ready for Division IV, looking for two entries, Cole Holdridge and Baylor Pearson.
Well, two really nice weathers out here, and truth be told, I think there's some close calls between these two. I end up siding with young man's weather up front. I think in terms of length and extension and pattern and overall maturity, that's the one that's probably a little more my kind. I think that one's just a little neater up through its front skeleton, one that still has plenty of shape and dimension, and once he gets him cocked off, he's a really, really sharp looking one that I think has ample muscle, a nice quality type of weather to start. That's not to take away from the one that comes in second. I think that's a very, very powerful, moderate type of goat. I think is actually a little better right there behind his shoulder in terms of his rack and his forerib. One to me that just gets a little plainer up through his front skeleton about his head, his shoulder, and just a little bit plainer about his look. But again, a very, very nice. I like this one's shape. Weathers. Let's give both those exhibitors a round of applause.
In Division 4, your first place and champion is Taylor Pearson, representing El Reno FFA. Your reserve champion is Cole Holdridge, representing Piedmont 4-H. We will now bring the champion Market Go Weathers back in for Grand and Reserve.
Yes.
In Division 1, your champion, Callie Shireman. In Division 2, your champion, Kaylin Shireman. In Division 3, the champion, Cole Holdridge. And in Division 4, your champion, Baylor Pearson.
Well, let's give our Market Goat exhibitors a round of applause. A smaller show, but I think one that still has lots of quality with some really, really nice individuals. At the end of the day, I think it gets fairly close, and I don't know if there's one that really just stands out and says, I'm the one that has to win, but there's lots of quality, there's lots of trade-off, and I think at the end of the day, you can kind of pick and choose what you want to do. For me, it gets very, very close between two of them. There is some differences, and when I come and judge, I always try to stick to what you're supposed to do in terms of, you know, picking one that's the proper weight, picking one that you're probably supposed to pick. But at the end of the day, I still come with the fact that you got to pick what you think's the best animal. And for me, what I think's the best animal is a young lady with a Class 1. That's going to be your champion.
Your grand champion, Market Weather Goat, comes out of Division 1, Callie Shireman, representing Yukon FFA.
Like I said earlier, I thought it came down to two of them, and there's still one that's still really, really nice out here, has lots of quality and puts a lot of good things together. Young man out of that last class is going to be your reserve.
Your reserve champion comes out of Division 4, Baylor Pearson, representing El Reno FFA. Nominations for Stone Age Showmanship GOAT Division are closed. Nominations are closed for the Stone Age Showmanship GOAT Division. We will reset the arena here. We will start off with our Pee Wee Division Showmanship. Pee Wee Showmen are ages 8 and younger. Junior Showman, please be standing by. Junior Showmanship, ages 9 to 12. Following Junior will be the intermediate group, ages 13 to 15, followed by our senior group, ages 16 to 19. Then we'll chisel our way out of the Stone Age and have our Stone Age Showman immediately following the Senior Showmanship Division. We're now looking for our Pee Wee Showmanship exhibitors. Once again, helping us with the awards this morning, we're very pleased to have with us the 2023 Oklahoma Miss Teen United States Agriculture, Raylyn Kubik. Raylyn lives just outside of Newkirk, Oklahoma. She's involved in horses. She's an advocate for agriculture in the classroom, and she will be representing the state of Oklahoma on the national stage next July. Thank you, Raylyn, for spending some time with us this Saturday morning.
How did she wind up down here?
In the arena right now is our Pee Wee Goat Showman. Junior Showmanship exhibitors, please check in at the entry gate. Junior Showmanship. Junior Showmanship is ages 9 to 12. Please check in at the entry gate.
Well, you got two exhibitors out here for the Pee Wee showmanship, and both of them are doing a great job. It really makes it fun for me to get to come out here and interact, especially exhibitors that are this age that are doing such a fantastic job. Really, I think it makes you realize what it's all about. So again, great job to both of these. Let's give them a round of applause.
Right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the future of Canadian County. Let's give them another large round of applause for participating in our GOAT showmanship this morning. Very happy to see these youngsters out in the show arena. We're now ready to get started with our junior showmanship. Junior showmanship ages 9 to 12. Check in at the entry gate. Intermediate group, you should be standing by. There'll be coming up next, ages 13 to 15 is our intermediate showmanship. Right now, coming in the arena is junior showmanship, ages 9 to 12.
Well, what a great group of exhibitors out here to represent your junior division. Obviously, I think when you get in the junior division, I see as much variance in terms of just experience and age as much as any. Okay, and the fact that you guys are out here, whether you win or lose, the fact that you're out here learning and going through this is really the most important thing. So keep working hard, keep doing what you're doing, and I commend you guys for that. I think it does close, and I think there's two of them that did a really nice job that probably rose to the top, and between those two there's one that throughout the day has done an amazing job, and throughout the showmanship, no different story. Always kept great eye contact, was really knowledgeable about their goat, and just done a fantastic job in terms of taking care of this one, getting him presented. I'll go show you which ones I reserved. Let's give them one more round of applause.
Your champion junior showman, Cole Holdridge, representing Piedmont 4-H. Congratulations to all of our junior showmen. The junior showmanship banner is sponsored by Schroeder Grain. Also sponsoring the GOAT Division show today, American Farmers and Ranchers Insurance Company and Quick Lube of El Reno. Now bringing in our intermediate division of GOAT Showmanship. The intermediate showmanship banner is provided by Linda and Linda Landreth. Senior showmanship exhibitors ages 16 to 19 years of age, please check in at the entry gate. Senior showmanship ages 16 to 19, please check in at the entry gate.
Well, only one intermediate entry, but one that I think really could have withstood some competition. Young ladies doing a great job with this one. Really, really good in terms of feed and condition. One that's obviously gotten taken care of in terms of skin and hair. And then once she gets out here, she does a great job of getting this one set up, shown, and presented really, really nicely. Again, really, really good job to you. Let's give her a round of applause for her amazing job.
Your champion intermediate showman is Brantley Sharmison, representing Maple 4-H. And again, the intermediate banner was sponsored by Lynn and Landon Landreth. We're now moving on to our 16 to 19-year-old senior showmanship. This is your first call for our Stone Age Showman. We have 3 entries in Stone Age Showman: Andy Pearson, Scotty Charmison, and J.C. Heath. You have just a few minutes to go ask one of our young showmen exactly how this is done before it's your turn in the show arena.
Well, let's give our senior showmanship exhibitors a round of applause. 3 exhibitors out here that are all really, really impressive and definitely made my job a little bit tougher. You know, getting to speak with them and have conversation was really, really enjoyable. And what I was really impressed with, all 3 of these exhibitors were really, really knowledgeable about their animal. And to me, at the end of the day, I think that's a really, really important aspect that sometimes gets missed. Not only is it have so much to do with what you learn, but pretty soon you guys are in the senior division, you'll be on the other side of things and maybe helping a younger exhibitor or judging a show or really anything to do with the show industry. And it's important that you use and take what you learn from what you're doing right now. So I commend all you guys for doing a fantastic job. I think it gets really subjective out here. I think you could pick any of these 3 and have a very, very impressive showman. But again, one more applause for them. Really, really fantastic day.
Your champion showman in the senior division is Madeline Shropshire. We're going to reset the arena. You might want to get a seat up close. We have 4 exhibitors in our Stone Age Showman competition. It's just as much fun to see these adults compete as it is our youth. Our 4 exhibitors are Scotty Sharmison, Annie Pearson, J.C. Heath, and Sam News. These exhibitors were nominated for a mere $2 nomination. The funds out of this fundraiser will go to support the future endeavors of the Canadian County Junior Livestock Program. We're still missing 2 exhibitors. And I sure know if it was my child missing a class, I would be screaming and yelling. So where are you adults? We're looking for Annie Pearson and Sam News. Do not be late for your class. Sam News. Sam News, please report to the entry gate with your goat. Sam News is a scratch out of this class. It will pay a $20 scratch fee for not showing in our Stone Age Showman. Again, our Stone Age showmanship, the $2 nomination, and the $20 scratch fee, all charity funds goes to the future of Canadian County Junior Livestock Endeavors. What a great way to have a little fun and give a little back to the future of Canadian County and our livestock program.
All right, let's give our Stone Age exhibitors a round of applause. Really, really impressive job. I thought all three did a nice job. The young lady in the black probably didn't want to participate quite as much, and I think her goat really is not enjoying this, so that probably takes her out of it. But again, really good job. I'll go show you the champion, but let's give him one more round of applause.
Your Stone Age showman in the GOAT division is Scotty Sharmison. Scotty was nominated by Haley, Meredith, and Annie. So they're either your newest friends since you won, or you all need to go have a little conversation. But again, this is all for fun, all for the future of the Canadian County Livestock Program. We're doing Stone Age showmanship in all species throughout the entire weekend. If you would like to nominate somebody to participate who are no longer 4-H or FFA members, you can do so just behind the announcer's stand at our little booth with the TV listing all of our nominated exhibitors. $2 to nominate somebody, $20 to scratch. All the funds that are donated for this friendly competition will benefit the future of the Canadian County Livestock Program. We're going to take a short 30-minute break, reset the arena, and be back for the sheep portion of our show this morning.